There it
Okay.
is.
We're live.
Oh, yeah. Oh!
All right. Hey, guys.
We are in rare form tonight.
You are. Speak for yourself.
We were gonna do this Sunday. I don't remember what happened, so sorry for lying to you guys. And that's
My
shit
in-laws happened. My in-laws came up and
Oh.
stayed with my family, and I couldn't do it.
That's cool.
Because their bedroom is right next door to the computer that I used to do these, and so I definitely didn't want them to hear me say
cool.
something, Yeah, I didn't want them to hear. Just clocking in at the dick sucking factory, but it's just my job. Clock in, do my job, clock out, and then they're like, I think you did digital advertising. No, nah, I'm sucking the dick.
Justin, I heard the word penis 47 times in the last hour.
Just working on some new poetry.
That's all right. I'm glad we didn't do it Sunday. I was hella tired on Sunday because Saturday night, mad Twitter people came to Philly and we were out till like 4 in the morning. So Sunday was a waste.
So yeah, that's what I want to hear about. So tonight we're going to talk about Twitter, the ruinous fortunes it has brought upon us, and the shame it has brought to our families, but also the good parts of it. And so yeah, I'm very interested in hearing about Fuckfest 2007.
Yeah,
because it seemed like a good bunch of people, and so yeah.
Yeah, Fuckfest 2007 was really good. It was organized by a lot of really cool people. You know who you are if anyone's curious. Who was at Fuckfest 2007? Search the hashtag Fuckfest 2007. And you'll see what it was all about. It was good. Met up in the city. People came from all over the coast. And really not all over the coast, more like just Boston and New York, I think.
Hey, how far away? Because I have no concept of space and time. How far away is Philadelphia from New York and Boston? Is it pretty close?
We're like a couple hours from New York, and then a couple more from Boston. I've been to Boston once, and New York scares the shit out of me, like you guys know. So, but yeah, I don't think anybody traveled more than I think Mitch might have come the furthest because he came down from Boston, and that seemed to take a long fucking time. But yeah, it was really nice. Got to meet some people that been building with on the web for a while. It was really great. Everybody had a really good time. It was rad. Twitter's rad. Twitter people are always rad.
Yeah, the few times I've gotten to spend time with people from Twitter, it's been a good experience. Usually a blackout experience, but good nonetheless.
Yeah, it was wild. Yeah, great crew. Some people that I've met before, but yeah, now I just have to fucking meet both of you. God damn.
Oh, it'll happen.
Yeah,
Joe talked making a trip out east soon-ish.
You guys always got a place to stay here in this home that I don't own.
I was trying to think. I've met plenty of people off at Twitter, and I remember in college I roomed with this guy, and he played a whole lot of Xbox, just an ungodly amount of Xbox, and he to the point where he had shit, what is that, not the Tom Clancy's, what's the
Rainbow Six.
Yes, Rainbow Six. So he had Rainbow Six and Halo and all whatever, but he had a clan, and he has the people that he plays with constant, enough where they know each other and they're good friends, right? Like how we are on Twitter, that's how he was on Xbox. So this was 2007, 2008, and I was always this guy just I've met some people I guess on Xbox just from doing stupid shit, and then but I never really remembered who they were after the fact. I was oh, that guy added me as a friend. I don't remember that guy ever. I just So anyways, but one time he went for a whole weekend to go stay with an Xbox person, and I remember going, holy God, man, what the fuck? That is clearly weird. I told him, I was like, you don't find that like really like stupid? And he was like, oh, I mean, I've been playing games with these guys for a while, you know, something. I'm just like, okay, all right. Well, I was like, can you just like text me the address that you're supposed to be going to? That's actually an abandoned lot that someone's gonna kidnap you from, just so I can give that to the police. And I always thought that was so weird. You know, it's like meeting people from the internet. And I guess now, I mean, there's still a little bit of a stigma from it, but you know, certainly not as much anymore. And I mean, you know, you have a baseline of humor and references and whatever else and interests, and you kind of already know the things you do or do not like about somebody just from seeing them on Twitter.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, you like feel like you already know the person, and I just love that about Twitter. You can just kind of handpick people. And Jacob, I want to let you talk because I feel like Justin and I just talked for a long time, but I have to say one thing right now that just happened. Big development in my life personally. Rachel Millman just followed me on Twitter. The Big Titty LARPer.
Nice.
This is big because I would never tweet this because I'm not a fucking weird fanboy, but she's fucking hilarious and rad, and she just followed me. I just saw it. So even if like you guys tell me that you hate me on this podcast, my night's already pretty cool. I'm made. I'm fine. So.
I met her at a fan building turn up function when I was in New York, and yeah.
I gotta get
she's
to New York, man.
as good as she is, like her digital presence. She's IRL awesome as well.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Have you guys met anybody? And like, obviously, don't name names, but have you met anybody off Twitter and been like, oh wait, no, fuck this guy?
I don't know, Jacob. Have you?
I haven't. No, I've had pretty good experiences with everyone I've met. I take it Tom has.
No, maybe, yeah. Yeah, I guess not everyone out there knows everyone else that I don't know. I'd say like if I've met like 30, I've met probably around 30 people from Twitter, I think, and like 28 or 29 have been really awesome, and then there were like one or two where I was just like, oh fuck, like this is not.
To go home now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I have not had that. I've had like I guess the sort of inverse of that, where like I met somebody who like followed me and I didn't really know them that well or whatever, and then like they turned out to be really cool. That's by Southwest. Like the dude, like I wasn't even sure who he was. Like at first, it's like, yeah, who's this guy like in this group of people? And I was like really honestly, like I didn't even know that he was like with them. Like he was with them, but I don't know. It was just like I was like, oh, who's this dude? Like there's like a straggler dude just like following us around. It turned out to not be that. It turned out to be this dude, and he was really cool. And now he's like one of my more favorite people on Twitter. But at first I was like, yo, who the fuck is this weirdo? Just like lurking around this group in South by Southwest. But yeah, I haven't met anybody and just been like, yeah, whatever. I already, if I didn't like them before, then yeah, I probably wouldn't still like them. But yeah, I've had the good fortune of liking every person I've met off the internet.
Yeah, I definitely haven't had any disasters. I'm sure if we keep it up, I'll have a disaster though, because I'm disaster.
Just waiting. That's what I'm waiting for. To just have this terrible experience where I end up like alone in an alley, just wanting to die.
I feel like one of us could possibly get like kind of like celebrity stalker John Lennon style killed. I like to think that there are people out there that love us enough that once they get close to us, they'll just have to fucking kill us because they can't let anybody else have us.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Dude, Mitch is out here snitching. Mitch is a snitch.
Yeah.
Mitch said,
hey yo, Mitch.
She just talked about Rachel, and then she said why, and then he said it's because I just followed Tom, and then he said that's what it was. He said his day was made. So, Mitch is such a sweet gentleman.
Mitches get snitches. Mitches are snitches.
There it is.
Snitches get Mitches.
Cut it out.
Yo, how is Mitch? How is Mitch IRL? Is he even more?
Mitch
I mean, because it seems like
He has
his
much of a
breadth
dad
of
as
knowledge, like reference wise and stuff, like scares me. Like the dude just seems like a very smart individual.
Yeah, there were all right. So I had met. I don't want to name all names because like I'll
Yeah, I
forget
understand.
someone.
Yeah.
I'll forget someone who is important to me, and I'll feel like a massive dick. But there were some people there that I had met at a previous tweet up in like November. They were awesome. A lot of them came, but few people that I got to meet that I've been dying to meet were Trillato, fucking amazing in real life, hyper intelligent. Yes, I felt very dumb. Um, just kidding, Mitch. No, I'm not. And Rob Young Costanza. Oh my God, just very good people. Like the total opposite of a disappointment or disaster. It was really fun.
Tommy, you need to
But
check
yeah,
your Twitter uses.
Mitch. Yeah, Mitch is hilarious. Really kind dude. I'd totally date him. Yeah.
No, I think I think Rachel said she was watching now, so
yeah. She wants another shout out, Tom.
you can.
Oh, hey, Rachel. We're talking about you. It's weird. I feel weird about this, but just please don't unfollow me the same night you followed me. This is big.
Oh man, so I am doing something similar as far as because no one that is of any relevance or importance lives down where I do, and so I'm going out to Los Angeles in March to visit the blog god Mark Helbrin from Mostly Junk Food. I went out there like 4 years ago, and on a weekend, I think I got bamboozled. I think it was all a ruse because that weekend that I visited him, he was moving apartments. So like it was just him, and then like he's like, oh yeah, man, I don't even think he told me ahead of time. He's oh yeah, I gotta move apartments, and then he's like, hey, you want to go get the U-Haul? And like I helped him move apartments. He didn't have a whole ton of stuff, so it wasn't like some absurd venture. But yeah, I definitely like whatever. So it's been a while, and then since then I've met online a couple of people from Los Angeles, and then Drew Millard from Noisy. He moved out to Los Angeles, so I'm just going out for like a Friday through Monday to just go visit. And it turns out that Alex Hancock of problematic Kanye West Video Diaries fame, he has like that's his spring break or something from college, so he was independently of me booking a trip to Los Angeles, and so we'll be out there at the same time. And so I'm going to make him carry me around in a baby Bjorn or on his shoulders the whole time.
Hancock is an awesome dude.
Had no
I
idea.
want him because he's like 6'7".
Yeah, he's huge.
Is he really? I didn't know that. I mean, I knew that.
Super tall.
I knew he played a lot of basketball. I didn't know he was huge like that. Well, that just makes me even sicker.
Perfectly tall individual. So I'm going to like get a running start, and I want him to like pick me up underneath my armpits to like hold me up to let me dunk it, and then like I just want like the whole squad there, and then like me do it, and then everybody just like gets rowdy. And that's what I'm hoping for.
That sounds fun. I'm just thinking about it, and I want to do it.
So yeah, so I'm going out there to visit a couple of people, and yeah, it's kind of weird that how all that occurs, where you meet people and you become good friends with them through that. But then also too, like my problem with Twitter is that since I'm on it all the time and my life is completely intertwined by it, and to separate myself from Twitter would cause me to die immediately. What happens sometimes is Twitter starts like seeping into your real life. So like, as we ironically laugh about 420 being the weed number and 69 and whatever. Like today I was driving. I was like responsible for my life and another human's life on the road, and I'm going like 85 miles an hour, and then like my GPS is like, up ahead, bear right on exit 52, highway 69. I was like, oh shit! So like with one hand, I'm trying to get a screenshot of my Google Map on my phone, and then like switch over the camera to get a picture of the 69. was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a good tweet. I'm gonna get hella faves on this, and like almost killed us. And so like it can be very dangerous. But like the peak was, I tweeted about it earlier. So I was in this meeting with my client, and it wasn't even today. We were meeting with them and Google. So it was Google's Google's presentation, and oh my god, dude, out of nowhere, I don't know how. It's that I think it's that Iron Ghazi tweet where he's talking about how he was talking about space travel with his grandfather, and he wasn't having a hard time bringing up Obama, but he did it. But he finally. So, but it was like this. Like, there's this guy, and I'm in East Texas, but like we're talking about something, and then we were referencing the business acumen, the savviness of the owners of the company that's my client, and they were saying, they're like, yeah, we were sitting here. So he like lowers his voice. He's obviously doesn't want everybody to hear, like out in the hallways there. He's like, I mean, 9/11, when that happened, we were sitting right here watching it on this TV, right here in this conference room, stocks were down next day, I mean, they hated it. They hated that 9/11 happened, but, they invested in stocks and the price were down, and, 4 months later, made $40,000 and cashed out. And I was like, oh my God, we are talking about profiting off of 9/11 right now, and we were talking about something not even related to this. So then it continues because they're talking about how they how they got into AdWords very early on, and they were like, he has plenty of he's got 5 working ranches. He's got all types of stallions. He breeds them. First he used AdWords to sell horse semen.
Oh, shit. Let me get some of that.
He says horse semen. Then he proceeds to say horse semen 2 more times. And I was just sitting there, and like I couldn't go from my phone because like it's business and like etiquette or whatever. And I'm just sitting there. I wasn't looking at anyone. I was just staring at the wall. And I'm just going, just like live tweeting it in my head. Like I was committing all of these quotes to memory. I was like, my God, like I want this to never end because I want him to say something else. But no, like that creeped into me. Like all I could think of was, oh my God, this guy's talking about 9/11. Oh my God, this guy's talking about horse semen. This is just I'm actively not able to be on Twitter, and like Jesus is like taken Twitter and manifested it because I'm so dependent on it.
I can't. If someone says anything related to like those hot button ones, like 420, 69, 9/11, anything around me, like I can't keep it in because I'm just like an immature piece of shit, and like I'll say something, sometimes very explicit, and sometimes just like something low key because I have to get it out. Like I can't hold that in.
There are so many like topics that I wouldn't realize people were talking. I don't even think I'd pick up what people were saying if I hadn't seen it done so much ironically on Twitter, like likening 9/11 or the Holocaust to things. Like people really do that all the time. Like on ESPN Radio today, Colin Cowherd was I torture myself every day with at least 10 minutes of it. But he was telling the story about some security guard from 9/11, and then he started comparing it to just like the Dolphins not signing Drew Brees, and I was just like, what? And I don't think I would have.
Yeah, I saw some chatter about that.
Yeah, if I hadn't joked about and compared 9/11 to pretty much everything at this point, like if I overslept, it's like, oh, this is worse than 9/11, I would not have noticed it. I was like, is that really the analogy he's making here?
Yeah, you can't do that and do it serious.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, like you can't do it seriously and earnestly. That makes you a huge piece of shit.
The same guy. Like we were at dinner tonight, man. I was like at this like nice like steakhouse, and like this dude like sincerely brought up Deflategate, and I was like, nah, there's like a million things we can talk about other than related football. It's like, come on, man. Like we can go back. You never finished the horse semen story. Like I'm interested in hearing more about that. Like, I'm not about to sit here and talk about PSIs. So who am I? Some extreme nerd voice. Bells per square inch. Yeah. It's like I don't know. But yeah, Twitter's definitely like seeped into my life where I'm thinking of that, and I want it. Like I try to not be on Twitter, and even the other day, like Friday, it was Monday. I spent like an hour just scrolling Twitter and not like I didn't like any of your tweets. Not any of the trolls, not any of the people I follow, not any of the tweets they were retweeting. It was all garbage. I didn't favorite, I didn't retweet, I didn't reply. I was just scrolling and reading, just going, this god awful fucking place is ruining because I have so much work to do, and I sat there for an hour and did nothing but like I couldn't not, and then I was like, oh, and I like put it away, and I went over to my like Excel spreadsheet and I like started like typing in a function. I was like, fuck this. Like I would rather waste my life and like just read this mind-numbing garbage that I don't even enjoy than do actual work.
You guys, I had speaking of Twitter, I had a really good couple days. I took the past couple weeks off tweeting because not totally off, but went really, like you said, boss. It's really, really hard to pull away. Like I'm emotionally invested in it. And, like if you told me a few years ago that, Twitter was going to be a big part of my life, I'd tell you that you're lying. And also, there's no way to tell the future. How are you saying that right now? But so this week, every winter that I've been on Twitter, which there have been 3 now, I make it a point to abuse the. All right, so there's a local news station here, 6ABC Philadelphia, and they use the hashtag 6ABC Snow for updates on snow around the region. People send in cute pics of their kids and their dogs in the snow and shit, and I usually just send pictures, like how I send pictures and words like dick and shit, all the good stuff. And so I invited everybody yesterday to join in. You guys saw it. You know what happened. It fucking blew up, and they had to stop plugging the hashtag on the news. The news station blocked everybody, me included. All the newscasters blocked everybody. They talked about it on the fucking radio stations here in Philadelphia. Philly.com wrote a blog post about it. My fucking uncles and dad and sister and cousins are all texting me. Like, people are sending me screenshots, and like, yesterday just really reminded me, like, this is why I fucking love this website. Like, sometimes I log on and I'm like, oh, piss, shit, dick, 9/11, Hitler, like, it's all fun and games, and like, I just kind of feel unfulfilled. But yesterday, just like, I feel reborn. It was really wonderful.
No, that was beautiful watching that.
Yeah.
But also too, like I wanted, like I did one. I retweeted yours because I wanted to amplify any garbage human that wanted to have people fun. You know what I mean? Like that's like clearly like you're not harming anybody by doing that. Really.
I'm not trying to be a bad guy. Yeah, I just want to have a little fun at somebody else's expense. That's fine.
Yeah, and it's like, and you're not responsible for any like. Any outer person that comes in and then like just posts like a picture of like the pig ball poop picture or whatever. You're like something like so explicit, right? Like it's like that's why I like our e-circle is that like we know like it's sometimes subtlety is better, right? Like, you can't control someone like just like OD explicit with it, but that's why I wanted to amplify because I love that. I like the idea of that. And then too, because I did that because I saw like one of the anchor from like a different local news thing.
Dude, Chris May.
I don't know. He most definitely like comments. He made like a Timbro dude joke, and I was like, oh, it's clearly beautiful.
Chris May from CBS 3 Philadelphia is the man. He's the greatest fucking newscaster in Philadelphia, other than Cecily Tynan, who I love. Jacob has a close relationship with her. Yeah, he loved it. He got in on it too. I found him through Meech, who's really big in Philly Twitter. And I guess Chris works for CBS, and he saw us fucking with ABC really hard, and he was digging it. So I appreciated that. Yeah, boss, it was dying down. Like I started it in the morning when everyone was freaking out about the snow, and then it started to die down, and then you retweeted it, and it just fucking shot through the roof.
I loved it. I loved it so much. I did one. I did that, and then I did a contribution. I found like a picture of like some old dudes in a Speedo like laying in the snow throwing snowballs at each other. And it's like, yeah, this is very beautiful and beautiful. Like I think that was just a loving picture, like everybody can get it. It's like some buds howling around.
Yeah. It was great. So yeah, I had a really fun time this week. Thanks to everybody and you guys, and yeah, it was awesome. I love Twitter so much.
So right before you loved Twitter so much, how much did you hate Twitter? Is the question, because that's
I
what it comes
fucking
to. I like loathe it, and then there's an unintentional fun that happens. It's never planned or. I'm like, even like sometimes I'm like, I've got this tweet or I'm gonna do this gag, and that shit falls flat. But it's like when you just do something real stupid off the cuff, off the cuff and something, and it snowballs and it's better. But did you hate it right before that?
I mean, like I kind of was like having a shitty couple weeks because things were stressing me out with school and all that, and the weather's shitty, and I didn't expect to have any kind of special day yesterday. Wasn't really gonna tweet a lot, and then had like the fucking best day ever. It was great.
I'm trying to think. So, Jacob, have you ever? What's a highlight moment for you on Twitter where you hijacked Twitter with something you said?
Jacob has been in some shit.
I think the Marlins did a like a hashtag where they were posting stuff on their board, and I did whatever their hashtag was. I think Bush did 9/11 ended up on their board, and that was in post. So that was fun. And then, I mean, I guess the most fun I've ever seen was when I did the Tinder thing for EDSBS, because that just like I didn't know it was going up that day when I wrote it, and I emailed it to the editor, and he posted it while I was just doing stuff at work, and I came back like 15 minutes later and everything was exploding, and it happened for days, and like people continued to pass that around like weeks at a time for like weeks, and it was showing up like radio stations in Texas. I was like getting notifications from people that they were just talking about it, so that was a fun time.
Jacob, I think the funniest thing, one of the hardest things I've ever laughed at on the internet is when you did, and we should put up a link to that and bring it back to the forefront of everybody's consciousness. When you did that thing with Tinder and the football coach, I know it wasn't exactly on Twitter. I think it was for.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That was, and that was just this random inspiration. I don't even know why I thought of doing that, but I mean, Cliff Kingsbury's hot, so that made it easy. And he's actually Lana, who I know everybody complains about, but she's actually like super nice, really, really generous, and like she forwarded anything that I've written about him along to him, and like he thinks it's great. So, and she was
that's awesome.
So that was cool. And then I think the most fun I was ever having with Twitter was back when American Airlines would respond to me regularly. And like,
yes.
No matter what I said, like they were gonna have a conversation with me. Like the Pin 15 Club was the best, because that was a conversation for like a half hour. They were trying to convince me, like, no, it's not called the Pin 15 Club. It's called the Club. I'm like, no. Is that like the Pin 15 Club? No, that's not what it's called. And then I overused it, because then like a month later, everything I sent was just like, here's a link to our website. Fuck off, buddy.
Auto replies. Dude, I told Bojangles I was gonna fuck them this morning, and and someone replied back. They said Bojangles favorites all of their mentions. This tweet is certainly going to test their boundaries. And they replied back and they said, "You're not joking." And then I took a picture of me at like a B concourse or whatever, because I know which concourses Bojangles are in the Charlotte. I just realized how pathetic that is. I know the food in the different concourses of an airport.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Hey guys, I'm just gonna log off here for life. I took a picture and said like I'm on my way or whatever. That I got there and I sent them a picture of me in front of their sign with an eggplant emoji, and they're like, "You're gonna be really disappointed when you realize we haven't yet created an eggplant biscuit or something like that." And I was like, okay, whatever. Good job, Brand, on the interacting. But it's just like the fact they replied to that original one. It's like they favorite all their mentions and it's going to test their boundaries. And they're like, you're not joking.
I'd be terrified to run.
There's that. Oh. Yeah.
I'd be terrified to run a fucking corporate account. Like those guys, it can be harmless. Like, and especially the ones like American Airlines, where a lot of it is customer service. It's not just like Denny's or DiGiorno, who had that fucking tweet a while back, but like, yeah, like if I was running the American Airlines one, because thousands of people are tweeting at it, and a lot of them really need help, and like if somebody is pretty good at trolling, like they could probably reel you in and then just fucking dunk on you in front of everybody, and you got to be really careful. Like those people, I don't know. You're playing with a fucking loaded gun there.
Do you guys think there are corporate conversations with like the social media team, like explaining the different like garbage that we're out there doing right now to make sure they don't get caught up in it? Like, are they having meetings, like explaining BOFA to their employees? Like, no, if they say BOFA, you don't want to fall for that. Don't ask what it is. Or like explaining UpDog, like there's just some big high level manager like making sure.
No, absolutely. There is absolutely that. I mean, you would think that most of the people that are running that already know that. But I mean, you have to imagine, somebody that that replies to something and then gets dunked on or like whatever, and like something that like negatively affects like that brand for the day. Because brands are always talking about winning the moment. So like getting dunked on in the moment, like that impacts them negatively, and it's like so like imagine you falling for BOFA. Okay, imagine you fall for BOFA, right? Like okay, wow, you're an idiot, you fell for BOFA. Imagine then if you fall for BOFA and then you have to have a talk with your boss about your job security because of it. It's like that's such an absurd thing. It's like you fall for this or whatever, or like somebody like you're like bothering, and you just want to be like fuck off, man. Like I don't want to talk to you, but my corporate handbook mandates that I reply to all replies. So like you can't say that. But like
that's shitty.
I would not want to do that. But I did
I just like to be like plugged into things. I like to know what's going on. Like I just stay reading and observing the internet all day because like I hate when someone says something or references something and I don't get it. That drives me nuts. I think it's also just part of our culture. We consume the fuck out of everything on a screen, but I do that too. Like I love it. But like, how do you spend all day on the internet and then like get BOFA'd? Like, how did you not see that already happen to somebody else? Like, once the big BOFA happens, you gotta fucking keep your eyes open because like someone's gonna get you. There's some clever people out there.
Got to, man. Like I don't know. I've tweeted about this. So I actually, and this is no bullshit. And I have the LinkedIn like email. I have the email of the offer and all that. But I got a job offer to work at Irwin Penland on the Denny's account in Denny's social media. Okay, and that was 2 years ago. So that would have because I had applied for them to their place like 3 years ago. And I was like trying to get a new job, and they were hiring at the time. Then like a year later, they reached out to me, but I'd already taken this job, and it was like it's like, hey, we're looking for people to come on to work for on our Denny's account and social media or whatever. And I just keep thinking like, what if I had taken that job? Okay, number one, like how like if I was the one that's crafting, pancakes on fleek, even though that's IHOP, but like you know what I mean. Like if I'm the one doing that, if I have to be in a meeting in the morning where they're like, oh, today is Jay-Z's birthday, what can we do? Shrimp and ate easy. It's a holy fuck, man. I would kill myself.
Yeah.
I'd be so much part of the problem. I'd be ashamed. Like I wouldn't even want to admit it for yucks on the internet or whatever, or like tell anybody like privately. I would like have to make fun of them publicly, knowing that that's the shame that I hold.
Yeah, and I see those accounts and like I have to do stuff like what we did with that hashtag the other day. Like I guess fucking with a hashtag like what's supposed to be like a viral hashtag like the 6ABC Snow and like fucking with something like the American Airlines account. Like it's kind of the same thing because they're putting themselves out there and they're this really accessible, recognizable thing that like I don't know, if there's something that can be ganged up on, like I always have to get everyone to gang up on it. Like it's just if you put yourself out there and like you are able to be fucked with, like I'm gonna get you. I'm coming for you.
That's my new ringtone.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I was trying to. Now I can't remember who. I see the Abby, the avatar, but I can't remember her Twitter name. But I met her in real life, and I think you retweeted her, Tom. But when you're doing the snow thing, where they're talking about this is why you don't this is why you don't create just a hashtag for everything, right?
Oh,
But the idea behind that, and I see that as its punishment, because a hashtag can be very helpful. I don't know how. Like, I mean, I know, like, if you're at South by Southwest and you're like tagging on South by Southwest, it's like, okay, here's all these tweets about South by Southwest, but it's like this isn't good for me. You know, like there's some good that can come of it, but for the most part, it's like what she said, where it's like most corporations, like, oh, we need a hashtag for it. It's like basically being able to curate to take content or to create it or whatever without like curating it, without putting in any work. They're going to have you supply what they need.
yeah.
Okay?
If you give me a blank piece of paper, I'm gonna draw the biggest, most beautiful thing you ever saw in your life, like just dicks on dicks, and everyone else is gonna draw dicks too. Don't put that blank piece of paper out there. Don't do it. It was, by the way, that was, I believe that was at the Sarah Kelly. She is a very cool girl who everyone should follow.
Yes. Yeah, I met her in New York. And I mean,
I have
New York.
to New York.
In New York, I know how much you hate it, Tom. But like for me, New York was the mecca of getting able to meet a lot of people that otherwise wouldn't. But yeah, man, that's how I look at the hashtag. It's like, I'm gonna punish you for this. Like, you shouldn't have done this. Like, you didn't, like, there was no thought put behind this when you created, like, when Paula Deen had like whatever that, like, I forget what the hashtag was, but it was like Paula Deen recipes, and then people were just making, after she like was like hella racist, or it came out that she was hella racist. She's obviously been hella racist for a long time.
Yeah.
But then people doing like, I think it's like, you know, 3/5 compra miso soup or whatever, and it's like, holy shit! It's like, no, somebody somewhere didn't put any thought into this. It's like the Bill Cosby meme.
Exactly.
Holy God! Like, you deserve this. You deserve every bit of this.
Yeah, they're just
The
making
Bill Cosby
themselves
thing,
available.
like, finished off his career, like his life. He was skating along, getting away with all this terrible nonsense, and then like it just got brought back into the public eye, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, he did all of those things."
Dude, I go to Temple University here in Philadelphia, and Bill Cosby graduated from there. He's our most famous alumni. He speaks at every fucking graduation ceremony. They just cut him off. They were like, "You're done." He was on the board of directors, everything, and it was like, "Oh, this guy is a piece of shit." But now everybody knows he's a piece of shit, so we gotta cut him off. But yeah, there are so many great tweeters in New York, and even though like I really fear that city, and most of the people in it, I really should go there because like a lot of my favorite people are there. Maybe I just gotta suck it up and do it.
I need to make it out to Philly. That's the one I want to do.
Jacob, you come to Philly. We'll go to New York.
Well, to New
Boss,
York.
you fly up, and then yeah, Boss can pay for the hotel room. It'll be great.
Oh, yeah.
No, hey, I'll be in New York the February 9th through the 9th and 10th at night, but I'll be there through the 11th. I'll have a hotel room paid for by my work because I have to be there to work, but it's a hotel room, so you know, I'm sure we could all cuddle up on the bed and you know.
That was where you were going.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look, man. Like, I'm just trying to rub some meat on a thigh. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to get some meat rubbed on my thigh, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, no, yeah. So I'll be up there, and I have a very select secrete turn up function that I'm trying to hopefully cultivate to meet some people that I haven't met before up there. For me, like, I remember when I first signed up for Twitter, and at Mrs. Boss, my wife, and so my wife Jeff, and so and I remember she was like, like, this is a waste of time. Like, what are you doing? Like, get off. Like, what is the point? And I just told her, I was like, listen, like I know, like I know it. All right, I'm not even going to rebut that. Of like, oh, yes, it is a waste of time. But I was like, but just trust me, if I do this like 120,000 times, something good will happen. And it has. Like, I mean, I've gotten like paid gigs and stuff from it, and met people, and paid extra money.
Like, you had a huge year. I mean, we said on like a previous one, boss, but like the things you're doing are very cool, and I admire them a lot.
I appreciate it. You know, I don't know what I'm gonna do in 2015. I'm getting a reel together. Noisy asked me to put a reel together so they could pitch me to do stuff. But I feel like I'm just going to end up looking like Vice Nerd Guy on stuff like that. So I really don't. I do like being memed, so it's kind of, you know, whatever. Like, look like an idiot racist, but also get, you know, memeified. It's kind of just balances out for me.
Memeified. You know what's a good meme that I saw this week?
Tell me about the meme.
The Drake Dick Book Club. I don't know if you guys saw that. Just it's this clever little thing I saw popping up. Real funny. Everyone should go check it out. I don't really know what it is though.
I don't know. I know that is like some type of inside joke or came out of probably some type of group me.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about at all.
I don't know.
No, you do.
That's what I'm telling you. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know about it.
No, it's all right. There's somebody you can't see, but there's somebody right out of screen with they're holding a gun. It's pointed right at my face, so I had to say that.
Hey, it's okay. No, I respect the Big Book Club.
We've got 25 people tuned in right now. It was up to 30 a minute ago, but then my face got on the screen and like 5 people closed it. That's okay.
This is a new record.
Well, they finished masturbating. They're just waiting. It's like when you're jacking off. It's like when you're jacking off to Oprah, but then they cut to Dr. Phil or whatever, and you come, looking at his little bristly mustache, you know.
Do you think anyone's masturbating this right now? I'm putting this out there. I'm asking someone to masturbate to this. Just try it. See if you can do it. Give it a shot.
Yeah, I mean, this is really test your just abilities as a man and a lover. You can get this. I don't know. You could definitely fuck a lot of things if you can masturbate to this.
Yeah.
Boss, you know what I didn't realize until the other night when you were doing your ask thing? I didn't know that you like love tappers, and so when you listed all the animal dicks that you'd seen on like our first episode, I thought you were just naming off random animals that came to mind, but I was like, no, he's definitely looked at a tapper dick, and that made that episode more special to me.
Yeah, man. I don't lie. You know what I mean? Like I'm telling you these things. Like I tweeted the other night that I could auto-fillate at age 13. It's a source of both great pride and shame. That's not a lie. That's not a Twitter joke. I could auto-fillate. So what's the big deal? Get the fuck over it. That was like 15 years ago. You know, it's a funny tweet, and maybe I'm joking, maybe I'm not, but I'm definitely not fucking joking. Twitter is real life. I take this.
This shit is for real, dude. I'll die for this shit. I mean, I would die for mostly anything. Like, I'd die for this fucking T-shirt right here, but I'd really die for this. You know, I'll fight for it.
A good parking spot at the mall when it's crowded. I would die for that.
Yeah, I would die for like a bowl of cereal with some dairy milk. I haven't had dairy milk in a long time. Just on my brain. I'm sorry.
I have that's one. I don't like lying on tweets. I won't just like make something. Well, I mean, obviously a lot of things are just completely made up. But like if I'm tweeting about something that I'm doing, like at my last job, I was basically actively trying to sabotage my career by dicking around in meetings and stuff so that I could tweet about them, like drawing shit on boards or just like saying stupid things just so that like I could then afterwards go, this is what I just did.
Yeah, Jacob, I was worried about you at your last job. I'm really glad you're a lot happier now because you were just...
It's a really unhealthy situation.
Yeah.
Every morning, I legitimately would wake up and I would puke at least once a day because I just didn't want to do anything. Like, I was miserable, and like that's why I was tweeting constantly, because it was just like some source of release while I was there.
Are you sure the puking wasn't the fact that you drink like literally like 8 to 10 Red Bulls every day?
You know, it didn't help. Probably eating mostly mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, it's probably drinking all the margs at the Applebee's bar.
Oh my God, Jacob, the mozzarella sticks thing. All right, so remember when the Gawker article came out about the woman sitting in Applebee's for like 12 or 14 hours and eating 50 mozzarella sticks, and then Jacob fucking actually tried it and almost killed himself?
No, so here's why I tried it, because she did the bottomless apps or whatever when Fridays first came out with it, and she went to Fridays. She was there from like 10 in the morning to 1 the next morning, and at the end of the article she had like 26, and I was like, that's called Saturday, like that's not a big thing, and so like that
That's
night
called Saturday.
I texted Kelsey while I was at work that day, and I was like, hey, do you care if I try and eat 50 mozzarella sticks tonight? And she goes, I guess not. So I went home. First thing we did was we went to Kroger and ended up picking up 51, I think, and came back. And she sat with me for the first 10, and then she just goes, I can't watch this, and went out to the garage, which we didn't even have like an attached garage. She just went outside and was sitting in our dirty garage because she didn't want to be around me at the time. But yeah, I finished at 41.25 in just under an hour. I was. God damn. I ended up.
That's coming from a guy that ate 4 McRibs in an hour. Like, that's disgusting. How did you like that? I'm like, I don't even know how you did that, man. You're a much bigger man than me. I could not do that. I'm even like thinking of that. I don't like. It's grossing me out.
Yeah, Jacob, I feel like that probably did the same things to your body and brain that like a really, really bad physical injury would do, like something that, like, you know how guys in the NFL get a bunch of concussions and then die when they're 54. Like, you eating all those mozzarella sticks that day definitely just shaved 5 years right off the end of your life.
Yeah, I'm gonna die like way too young, and no one's gonna understand why. But then like they'll unearth my Twitter account from years ago. Like, oh, got it. Yeah, this was always coming.
Dude, that was legendary.
So here's the question, and this is how I feel. Like Twitter is not like a thing I'm using to like be funny or sad or like whatever. I'm not trying to get attention with it, because and I think I know the answer to this. Jacob, if you were not on Twitter, number one, you'd be dead because we would have all killed ourselves by now. But in an alternate universe where you weren't on Twitter and you read that article about the lady eating the mozzarella sticks, you would have done exactly what you did, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, without Twitter or Facebook. That's the thing. That's why, like, you can always tell when these little fuckboys get on Twitter and it's like they do stuff. It's always teens, man. These fucking teens. They're doing it for the signs and the retweets and the Instagrams and like really do it. They do these things on purpose to like just so they can get that love, whatever, that like on social media, so they can have their mentions popping. And it's like, I fucking despise that. But it's like, when I ate 4 McRibs in an hour, I had no intention of like live tweeting it. I was just the conversation happened where I saw that the McRib was coming back, or that it was already back, and I was just talking to my manager, and I was like, how many McRibs do you think you could eat? And he was like, 4, and I was like, yeah, I'm thinking 4 too. I was like, I think I'm 4.
Dude,
and that was like 9:30 in the morning. And then I was like, as it got closer to lunch, I was like, you want to see if we can eat 4 McRibs? And he said, oh yeah, sure. So I called up the McDonald's nearest, and they didn't have the signs out for it yet, but they had them in stock. They're so weird. Hey, you guys got McRibs in stock? And so they were like, yeah, we have them. So if you order them, we have them. So we go in and we do this. And I was like, all right, well, I mean, obviously I'm going to take pictures of this because people aren't going to believe that you ate 4 McRibs in an hour. But like, I sat there and we ate it, and like by the third one, I mean, it really is, because the bun itself does have the same like synthetic blend or whatever that's in the soles of shoes and yoga mats.
Yeah, I've read
that's not
like you're basically eating like rubber between 2 sponges, literally.
Yeah, yeah. And so like they've banned that preservative in Europe, but not here. And then even the McRib, the pork itself, is like they genetically they genetically modify it to have the little rib waves. Like it doesn't come like that. They make it and it's like a brick, and then they do something to it to make it look like it's rib meat, and it's not. It's fiberglass and gremlin meat. And so the third one, I started going, oh my god, like what the fuck am I doing? People were looking at us, and like I was whatever. And I got to the fourth one, man. I had 3 bites left, and I was just like, he'd already finished his. And I was like, holy god, dude, like, I don't know if I can do this, but it's like 3 bites, like I'm going to let 3 bites stand between me and becoming a superhuman. So I take it, and I take the third to last bite, and I just go, and I almost puked right in that McDonald's floor. And I was like, and I just started sucking, I just started, like, inhaling in, like, just vomit, like, I was trying to keep it all down. I was like, the only thing worse than eating 4 McRibs in an hour is like trying to eat 4 McRibs in an hour and then throwing up in a McDonald's on your lunch break.
Oh
so
my god!
I finished it and like I was sick, but like I did that, and of course I live tweeted it, like sending the pictures out, but I was doing that anyways. That's how I said the intention of like letting people see me. It's not me trying to show them something or whatever.
Like, oh yeah, guys, I'm gonna go to lunch today and eat myself sick again, and this time I'm gonna broadcast it for everybody. I've never done anything like that. Like I've never actively, like, at least I can't remember, like putting something out there and then like what I like to do is observe things. Like a few months ago, I watched this couple in the student center at my college break up in front of me, like the most fucking violent, angry breakup of all time. In public, and I was just like, I feel like everyone else needs to know about this, because like they were breaking up, and like I didn't feel bad about it because like they were obviously just like super shitty, you know, from my prejudgment, they were shitty people. So yeah, I like to observe, and then I like to observe and report to reference an Oscar-winning film.
Yeah. So what you were saying, boss, I didn't like eat the mozzarella sticks because I wanted everyone to see that. When I read that article, and everyone was sending it to me because obviously mozzarella sticks, everyone was just like, oh, Jacob would like this. And I'm reading it, and
he's the mozzarella man. Just like that. That's what you're known for. Throughout Indiana, when they speak of you in hushed tones, in the deepest parts of the cornfields, they're like, do you know Jacob? Which Jacob?
Mozzarella sticks guy?
Mozzarella man. Oh yeah, I fucking know that guy.
But I was reading it, and as the whole thing's going on, it like I kept thinking she was gonna have some ungodly experience like eating these things, and she just got to the end, and she was like, by the end, I had eaten 24 or whatever mozzarella sticks in 13 hours. I was like, well, that's pathetic. That's disappointing. Why did you waste your time and Friday's time and everyone's time? So I felt disrespected, honestly.
That article was really lame. Like for what she did, I don't know. I mean, like this is why, like, I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like I read shit from media outlets like that, and I'm like, I could do this better, or like Jacob or Justin could do this way better, and like they have, but like. I don't know.
Just never learned to read, so I can't be disappointed.
Yeah.
Did you see?
What are your? Yeah, man. But that's the thing. Like you could, like, if you wanted to pitch that. So it's just that she got to pitch that first, and like there are people that are not good at their job, but succeed or get paid for it. And so that's like what I've seen. I was reading the American Airlines like magazine. They had like a 5-page spread on Dave Grohl.
Wait,
I was reading that. Today. Yeah, on my flight at 7 a.m. this morning. And so I was reading but I was reading the other articles in it, and I was like, okay, so what kind of person writes for the American Airlines magazine? And then like I'm reading it, I'm like, yo, this shit sucks, like real bad. Like it's not even good writing. And it's like, this, and then I like look at their byline or whatever, and it's like, oh, it's been published and like has all these like outlets, like these different magazines or websites and stuff. I'm like, these people are getting paid a lot of money. I was like, yo, I'm just like gonna quit tweeting and like just write for like airport magazines. I think that's where the money's at, because nobody reads it like our Twitters, but you get paid.
Yeah, that could be interesting. I wonder what it's like. Maybe there's like a whole community of like shitty airport magazine writers that like got one article published in like 1996, and now that like that's their resume, and they just write for American Airlines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love me a good like young, handsome writer like yourself, boss, or like Craig Jenkins. Like you guys are fucking great writers. Like who can be funny on Twitter, like long form and short form. Like I haven't practiced a lot of long form stuff, other than like writing fucking shitty papers in college. But like, yeah, I don't know how well my skills would transfer over to long form. Like I'm more just like shout into the void really quick. That's why Twitter's good, I think, for me.
Yeah, but sure, that's the thing, man. Somebody pointed out before, it's like your fave star is all like just like text. It's not like a Twitter gag. Like I had that stupid like where I was making fun of like kids asking if I get 15,000 retweets, I wanted to take my midterm, and then do the thing where like I need this, and then I got fired because I was doing a Twitter gag, and then I needed a new job, and then whatever, and so like that's on there, and it's like a lot of my stuff is like Twitter gags or like stupid like picture captions or whatever, but yours is like pure text, and like you just have a very interesting like turn of like the ability to like at the end, it's always like I read it and I don't know, like I know what it is, and then at the end I had no idea what it was. It's like always like a turn in your tweets that like just like kills me. But like no, you're very good, and so I'm sure the long form, all you gotta do is like write something. Just try it one time, but no, your tweets are very good.
Tom, you're good. You're so good at what you do with regards to tweeting that like I've seen people trying to do a similar style, and I just get angry and like have to mute them or unfollow them. Like, no, you cannot talk about having people come kill you. We're not doing this. That's not your thing. Back off.
Yeah, I feel like I've just got like between 5 and 10 things that I think I created, and like I really love doing them and saying them, and I don't get tired of it at all. But yeah, I should probably try to branch out a little bit. But this has been really fun. Like doing this was great, and kind of, like made me realize like, oh yeah, actually like what I do want to do is this, so I should probably start doing it more. Oh, that would be smart. Yeah.
yeah, that would be smart. So what's your so we'll wrap it up because I got to go to sleep and then wake up at 3 a.m. and finish this client presentation that I still haven't done.
It's good to know that even once people.
I'm really hoping that my boss would be like, I pulled the wrong dates for these slides. I still have a couple to finish or something, that she would just be like, well, I'll just do them. like, okay, if it take any longer, I'll just do them. And like she came back tonight and added like 5 slides to this fucking presentation. I still haven't done like the 10 that I have to do. I'm so fucking hungry, man. But instead of staying up late and doing them, I'm going to go to sleep immediately and try to wake up at like 2 or 3 and do them, which is a terrible idea, but I don't care. So what's like your Twitter? What's a Twitter goal? How about this? How about we go through, predict like what is going to happen with Twitter in 2015, and then like a goal for you, for your personal self with your Twitter for this year.
All right. I don't know, Jacob. Do you have a goal in mind?
Goal?
A goal, a dream, like maybe just like a direction that you want to head, something that you want to get started or do. I don't know.
I'll start off, man. I just want to get to 7,000 fucking followers. Like, all right, so like because I haven't written stuff in a long time, and like when you do that long form stuff, like, and like the videos or whatever, but like when you're like putting content out like that to sites, like your just exposure gets a lot more, and so like the droves of people that'll follow you and unfollow you, but like at least you're getting like that influx of people, and like for me, I haven't had a funny tweet in like a year, so like
shut the fuck
up. No, dude, I got to 69 5 times. Okay, I got to 69 followers, and then like I got like 20 people unfollow me, then I got back up to 5 times, man. I counted.
That's God, dude. That's God right there.
So the other day on like Monday or whatever, I woke up and in the morning I had 69.98. And I was like, fuck it, I'm finally gonna hit 7,000. Thank God. and I lost 12 followers off like 2 tweets. Like, I don't even know like, what happened. And so, yeah, dude, like, I just want to get to 7,000 followers and stay above it. Like, I just want, like, it's almost like, it's like it'll never happen for me. It's like Dan Marino chasing, trying to get a Super Bowl ring, and it's like, it just chasing it never happens. That's my one sports reference that I know. Also, hey, Dan, you got any gum? Business information. Anyways, you're a weird dude, Ace, but no, it's like I just feel like I'm never gonna hit that because like I've hit this like plateau of like I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing anymore on Twitter. So that's my goal. I want to get to 7,000 followers at some point before the end of this year and stay above it. And then I really feel like, man, like Twitter is reaching like a convergence or whatever the case is. I mean, I don't know, man. It's almost insufferable. Like the good and the positive is like vastly outweighed by the just complete garbage. And I think I think that like it's just gonna come to a head that like there's gonna be either less importance coming from it or value. But I don't know, man. There's something. I just sense that like there's something going on. That's like we kind of reached a peak a year or two ago, and then like we've been in this kind of lull, and then like it's just gonna go downhill.
Yeah, I feel really good
how long
about
the mute feature can keep it afloat, like can keep it from everyone starting to hate it. Because like being able to mute people, I've found has been a really nice tool when I'm just completely tired of getting on Twitter or checking it. Like, because there's some people that they're fun to interact with, but you just don't want to see their garbage every day. So muting them has made that kind of easier to avoid. I think
you guys follow people and mute them.
Not never instantly.
Yeah, never instantly.
Yeah, but like I struggle with that for a while. Where like I don't want to mute somebody that I follow. I'm just gonna unfollow them. But then I see the value of it, I guess.
Yeah,
I
feel really weird.
Where I'm just like I just like unfollow them.
Yeah, I feel really weird about the whole. Cause like, I don't. As much as I love to piss everyone off or like make things really, as much as I love like mayhem and like pranking people and like being shitty, like I don't actually want to hurt anyone. And like people get upset when you unfollow, and like I feel really stupid muting people because it's like I don't know, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like it feels like I'm being fake, like I'm like letting them think I like them, but like I really don't like them. But you follow people for like a lot of different reasons. Like sometimes you see that like you may not be into their tweets, but like you guys have a lot of mutual friends, and like so, and they obviously are good at what they do. Maybe you're not into it, but you're just like, all right, well, like I gotta follow this fucking sports writer back, even though like he's never gonna tweet anything I want to fucking hear ever. Like, yeah. But yeah, he's got like 3,000 followers, and he followed me, so like, oh man, I should be honored. I should follow this guy back. But yeah, I've been muting the fuck out of people recently. It feels good.
Here. It's been helpful. There was an ESPN. He's on like their. I think he's on the SEC network. He's like one of their anchors on some of their shows, and he followed me a couple months ago. And I think I just noticed today, like I think I finally tweeted enough bad things about ESPN that he finally hopped off board. I was kind of bummed because he was a nice guy, but.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, so for my wait, did I say? I didn't say yet what I want to do in 2015. I just want to make a lot more cool friends on the web. I had a really awesome 2014. Not so much in my real life, but well, I mean, I did in my real life, but I had a much better 2014 on the Twitter. It was great. I'd like to have a similar year, and I'd like to cause more ruckus. I just want to shake things up and talk about dicks every single day.
Oh yeah.
I think I'd like to. I've gained 2,000 followers in the past 13 months, and the only reason I know that is because I went over 1,000 on New Year's Eve of 2013. Like it was
you
like.
Don't even act like you don't have like an encyclopedic knowledge memory of like what your Twitter stats are at any given time. Or
dude.
Oh, I absolutely do. Like I know at this point last year I was just starting spring semester. I had at this point last year, I think I had like 300 followers, maybe, and like I just passed 1,700, and like it's you get at least for me, like I didn't really get Twitter until, obviously, you meet people, you build, you figure out what you're about, but like I really get out of it what I put into it. Like I love Twitter. I just throw myself into it like we all do, at least most of the time, or like we all have, and like just get so much love back. It's so awesome, and like everybody else loves talking about like shit and dicks and piss too. It makes me really happy.
Makes me feel at home.
Yeah, this is our home.
I'm trying to pull up. So when we said that we were going to be talking about Twitter, I looked up. I remember the day you followed me, and I remember the sequence of events leading up to you following me. And if I can
who me? Who, Justin?
Yeah. If I can find it, I'm going to retweet what you were talking. So you were talking. There it is. You tweeted the "Do you love me? Do you want to be my friend?" Do you remember doing that like 2.5 years ago?
Wait, I still don't know. Are you talking about me or Tom? Because when Tom said, "Are you talking about me or Justin?" You said, "Yeah."
Okay. He's definitely not talking about me.
No. But it was like 2.5 years.
Okay, so yes, so say that again.
I haven't even been on Twitter for 2.5 years.
It was like you tweeted George Strait lyrics, but assigned him to Chief Keef. And then the next tweet, we can be, and that.
Yes, I think this is how love goes. Is that the one?
Do what?
Oh, dude, that one would. Okay, now I see the tweet. Yeah, no, I absolutely remember that. And this tweet would have been way funnier if if no was nah, and then I had to check.
No.
I'm gonna redo this tweet. I'm gonna delete this tweet and redo it because it'll be better that way. But no, yes, I do remember this.
Feeling when you send a tweet and then like it gets a few retweets and favorites, and then you're just like, oh, I should have made one change to that.
Yeah, I don't remember any tweets that I make. Like every time people like find something and retweet it, I'm like, I don't remember doing that, and I think that I'm pretty sure I had brain damage, so that probably explains that. But one weird thing is like I do remember every single time that somebody that I really loved followed me. Like I remember exactly how it felt and wanting to just like smash my face on the keys in happiness, but just being like, no, you got to play it cool, because like, I'm not like a smooth dude. Like I don't play it cool, but like on Twitter, you got to try at least. I remember the day both of you guys, I remember each, when you guys followed me, like just fucking freaking out because like, when I don't know, and that's oh my god, like when people are like, hey,
I had Tom blocked at one point.
Yeah, you did. Well, because like,
the thing is too is that I have a lot of people blocked that I blocked initially just because they didn't have mute, and I used to use TweetDeck, but then like I didn't like how like the auto update stuff because I like to scroll and then I would lose my place. So like it just got to the point where I like blocked because a lot of people I have blocked I just really wish were muted now because I don't want to see their shit, or they just post like porn at like 11 a.m. It's like explicit pornography. You're like, yo, like you're a terrible human being. Like you need to get either a job or just get off the internet. But no, I think I blocked Tom after he like told a story about just one like of him as a just terrible youth, like ruining some child's life and like harassing him and his parents. Like were throwing like eggs at his parents' house or his car. I was like, my God, this guy is terrible. And I just like blocked you for like a little bit just because like the stories or whatever, and I was like, God, that guy's a jerk. And then I like a month or so later, I was just like, I saw that like so maybe you got manually retweeted, maybe someone's retweet button was broken, but like whatever it was, like I saw it and I clicked to go, I don't know what you. It's like oh well, whatever, like I just unblocked because like it's just that like story or whatever, and then and that was the best decision, one of the best decisions I made on Twitter. But it just changed the time. It's like people change their minds, and you might not be down now, but maybe you're down later.
Yeah, I like. It's just there's a million ways it can happen, and like I'm sure that there's like a lot of people that have me blocked because like they'll see stuff. I don't know. I'm like I've been super shitty, but I swear I'm a nice guy. I love everybody. I love all of you. I've done some shit though.
All right, Jacob, your turn.
Yeah, so I forgot. That's what I was gonna say. I think my goal, I'd like to by the end of the year hit 6,000. I don't know if I will because I don't tweet as much anymore, other than during like on the weekends. Because like I'm in, that's, and I've done it obviously, and I probably will continue to do it. But like most of my day is spent in surgeries, and like I feel really bad when my phone comes out. But it's also like that compulsive, like okay, yeah, I got to see what's going on. I got to say something stupid. I need to do something. So that's my goal. See if I'll get there. And I think, yeah, I kind of feel like there's going to be people are going to get fed up with Twitter at some point this year. Not permanently, and there'll be a lot of like Iron Ghazi's already announced that he'll be deleting his account on.
He's had a very exhausting couple years. I mean, like you can't play that hard and not get some injuries and have to retire early. He's played fucking hard.
Yeah. So I think we'll see a few of those where it's like, ah, damn, this lessens my Twitter experience seeing these people leave, and that'll be kind of a bummer. But yeah, I do think obviously it's going to go on for several.
Yeah, for centuries, like until I'm dead.
Yeah.
I hope that, and I hope that instead of, and I hope at my funeral, instead of like doing like just little bitch photos of me when I was a kid dressed up like a Ninja Turtle, that it's just like, you know, screenshots of my best tweets as, you know, picked by my Twitter friends that are at my funeral. That's what I hope.
Dude, there can be a hashtag to accompany your funeral, so even people.
And somebody can fucking hijack it and then just post.
Yeah.
Did you see those the little cards that they had at ASAP Yams' funeral that had that tweet on it?
That's
the cards. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. I want something like that.
Yeah, rest in peace, Yams. By the way, you know it's not like anyone who fucking matters is gonna watch this, but that was fucked.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm gonna tell. I'm trying to think of. I think that my favorite, and this is why I followed Tom initially, was that looks like there's a bitch in the Matrix. I think, on the floor and playfully ruffle his hair. I read that and I was like, okay, yeah, like I don't care that this guy is hiding his dick behind a book, or that he like mentally tortured a family when he was a teenager. I was like, this is too good. I think I know for a fact that's like the one. I read that and I like retweeted that many times, but like that was the one that I was like, yep, there we go. That's it.
That was one of like 6 or 7 tweets that I had at work just on my bookmark bar. Like nothing related. The first 6 or 7, and I just open them up randomly some days and then unretweet them and retweet them. That one, and then the other one that I really remember, or I guess there's 2 other ones. It was Julius Irvington, then JP MRPH, saying that the Pacers should waive Paul George's dick during the playoffs. And when Kerry Washington got pregnant, Meech saying that Nnamdi Asomugha can't even cover his own dick. Like those were, and there was a few others, but those are the 3 I remember.
Julius Irvington, JP Murph, Joe Murphy is a great tweeter. He's going hard. I think he's going to have a big year.
Yeah, I do too. I agree with that. Yeah, he has a number of like very classic tweets already.
He's a wordsmith, dude. He's an English major. He's a wordsmith. He knows what he's doing.
He's just as fun to talk to as he is reading his tweets too. He's hilarious.
Indiana Twitter is so strong. It's scary.
Underrated. We're coming for you guys. We're coming for you guys this year. No, but when he first told me that the story about the rat in his apartment or his house, I was dying. Like for probably 10 minutes that he was telling the story. Like I was just laughing the entire time.
Oh, he's wonderful. I'd suck his dick. I mean,
and on that note.
Guys, we retained more viewers in this one than we have last time we put it out live. People are being better this time. Thank you, everyone.
People fell asleep, or they're still trying to jack off. Haven't been able to beat our challenge.
They can only do it every time Justin's on screen, so they have to like wait until that and then feverishly go at it.
Be quiet, Tom. You're the
Once
pretty
we're
one
done
here.
here, the link will stay up, and you guys can watch it again. So as long as you need, just keep going and let us know once you get there, because we're excited for you.
Yeah, give us a timestamp. Let us know.
Screenshot, like right when it happens.
I can't. We can't. We gotta stop talking about masturbating because I'm gonna say something that I just can't.
If we
All right.
talk about it, I'm gonna start.
What do you think? What do you think I've been doing with my other hand this entire time?
All right. So are we wrapping it up?
If you can honestly sit here and tell me that you never just jerked off into an Angry Birds TCBY cup, then you know what? I don't know.
Maybe this isn't the podcast for you. Maybe.
Oh shit, we're still live. I thought you.
Real again.
I thought you turned this off.
No, we're gonna cut it now. All right, I'm gonna hit stop broadcast, but don't hang up yourselves. All right, bye everybody. Everybody say bye.